Hey, Shalom, Markings for Karma Kapashan, Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Chakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom at to the hopeful that's pushing his truth and all sincerity. Just back with another video. Got a bit of news, brothers put up in the chat. With new brain chip technology, right, from another company, man. I'm gonna entitle this video, get it through your head, right? Because you got knuckleheads out here that are denying that the MOTB is this RFID chip, okay, which they're gonna implant in the hands and the heads of the people. Now, as time goes on, more and more articles come out. This is, ever proven or prominent. That these things are taking place. Esau is moving with this type of technology, okay, and that it's going to be integral to Esau's plans, okay, with controlling humanity. All right, so let's just grab this, read some of this and grab a couple of scriptures, man. All right, so this is from inputmag.com. And the FDA, it was the Food and Drug Association, says allows first human testing of brain chip implants, but not Neuralinks, because we've covered Elon Musk's Neuralink previously, in times past, and he's been developing that and progressing with that, and changing how they're gonna be doing all that kind of stuff, because they take shots at Neuralink a little bit in this article, but Elon's moved on from that method, which they state. He's not looking to, or is requiring such heavy surgery to put a thing in your head, and it's gonna move to your front of your head and all that kind of stuff. So, that's moved on since then a little bit, right? But anyway, let me just read what's in this, right? It says Synchron, a company comprised of just 20 people, beat Techno King and his army of cyber pigs and monkeys, because they were doing the testing on the pigs and the monkeys. Yeah, remember that? So Elon Musk, the sad boy Techno King, just got a new reason to pout. The US Food and Drug Administration yesterday approved a company to begin conducting the first ever human trials of an implantable brain-computer interface, which they call in BCI, right? So, and that company is most certainly not his company, Neuralink. The bragging rights instead go to Synchron, a 20-person tech firm whose stentrode motor neuroprosthesis device can now enter into its early feasibility study at New York's Mount Sinai Hospital later this year. Sounds like Amlex on the case. All right. But anyway, so the other implantable BCI approaches involve drilling into the skull and placing needle electrodes directly into the brain tissue, which can result in long-term brain inflammation. Explains Synchron in its press release, a sentence totally not meant to throw shade at Musk company at all. Okay, so but like I said, they've moved on from this type of process, okay, because they recognize it's not the most feasible, right? So they've moved on with developing that, so they're not even at that point right now. They're actually further beyond that right now. All right. But obviously they're saying this to try and get one up on Elon to get pushed to the forefront. All right, so instead, the stentrode device is delivered into the brain via the blood vessels. Right, okay. Is delivered into the brain via the blood vessels during a minimally invasive 2-hour operation akin to heart stents. Hence, we assume the device's name. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what the device name is going to be. So, no robotic assistance is required for the procedure, which can be performed in widely available angiography suites. The implant is fully internalized with no wires coming out of the head or body. Near-term goals include paralyzed patients using the implant to wirelessly control external devices by thinking about their limbs, which can be applied to tasks like texting, emailing, and accessing telemedicine services. No word yet from Musk or his prize half machine Macar pager, right? So this, this is how they market it. They market like this is going to help humanity overcome diseases and disabilities and all this kind of stuff. Scripture speaks about never trust thy enemy. Though he pretend to help thee, I think the rest of it go that he should undermine thee, right? So even though he's touting that this is going to help people and all this kind of stuff, really that's not the main goal of the technology, especially not for the masses. I mean, yeah, it might help the elites with certain disabilities and ailments and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they might prolong their life because they be able to afford it. But for the majority of people, it's there to create control over you. All right. So really, this technology is really only going to serve them because only a handful of people can really afford these types of procedures. And everybody else is a guinea pig. So you might know somebody that went through a particular surgery or whatever, but a lot of the time, all of it's in its experimental stage. So they sign up to these things to see how it works, right? So they're the guinea pigs. But realistically, once certain technology becomes more available and more tested and more sure, they ain't gonna give it away for free. So it's gonna cost you money. And again, the majority of people ain't gonna be able to afford shit, especially in the time to come. All right, so these technologies to help, they're really for the elites. Okay, and the rest of it is to control the masses, man. Really via brain chips, right? But anyway, all right, the trial's already going on in Australia. Oh, okay, yeah, I wanted this part. Similar Synchron trials already underway in Australia. It is important to note that while these are the first human trials here in America, Synchron has already been running similar tests in Australia. Okay, how they've been running these tests? I told you, those guinea pigs that are, that sign themselves up for these, different types of surgeries. All right, that's how it all starts. Okay, they offer experimental surgeries to people, experimental medicines and all this kind of stuff. People that are real desperate. All right, and if it's successful, it gets rolled out. Kind of thing. But it comes with a price. This shit don't come free. All right, this is with demonstrably positive results. In a scientific journal article from last October, Synchron detailed its findings from 2 of the 4 patients in the study who could control their devices to text and type through direct thought using the Stentrode implants, eventually being able to text shop online. Well, how you gonna do that? And manage finances on their own with no supervision. All right. So again, buying and selling, right? Okay, this is where you gotta get it through your head, man. You understand something, man, and what these prophecies and these scriptures are speaking about. Okay, these knuckleheads would have you believe that it's something completely different, man. Something completely different. When really all the signs point to, this technology that we keep speaking about, the RFID chip. The MOTB is the RFID chip, the implantable RFID chip. Okay, and this is what Esau is gonna jab you with next. All right, that's his goal. That's his aim. Okay, and anybody that tells you otherwise is trying to deceive you. Okay. Let's have a look. It says whole brain data. Okay, let me grab the scripture. Let's get Revelation 13, right? Since we was on that point, right? So Revelation 13 and 16, and he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. The word mark being charagma, which is an incision. Okay, which you got the idea if it goes into the word crux, like a pale, a stake, a palisade, right? And you go deeper, you got the word grapho, which which is what they used to record data on. All right, and these are all these things. This technology that we're talking about here does or includes all those things, okay? Because you're gonna have to get surgery, put that shit in your head, okay, or some sorts, right, in your hand, okay? It's getting punctured into your skin through the hypodermic needles, right? And it can be delivered under the skin in your hand, okay? They got some other way to put this into your head, right? But it requires surgery. It still requires cutting in, I guess, to some degree. So, yeah, this has got no wires and things like that, but they're just comparing it to Neuralink. But like I said, Neuralink have moved on since then, because they're talking about taking a chunk out of your skull and all this kind of shit. But they know that's not people ain't gonna go for that really, and so they're gonna change that. Okay, I remember the last article I read on that. It was moving. They was doing something that was gonna move it to the front of the head. That's where your pineal gland is, and where that sort of part of your head is controlled, right? So I'm gonna read it again. So he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So the front of the head is your forehead. All right. So right now we got a whole situation going on with the CV, right? And Esau's trying to cause all both small, great, rich and poor to receive this jab, but ultimately, he's just prepping you, because if you're down with this, you're going to be down with the next stage, your next phase, okay, which is the MOTB. Okay, so you're just being prepped. Okay, and we're going to see what these this devil juice is going to have, the effect it's going to have on these people, in the near future, man. Right? Because I'm going to be looking at people. I'm going to be looking at people sideways. I already do, but it's going to be interesting to see how fucked up people are going to get. All right, but anyway, verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so it's going to be a requirement. Okay, having this RFID chip, having this MOTB is going to be a requirement. Okay, and you're going to either have it in your hand or in your head, or both. All right, so that's going to be a requirement of the new world. Just like right now, having Max is a requirement to go into the store with you, right? Or go into the pubs and the clubs and the stadiums. Now you need to have Max with you. Okay, you can't go only by yourself. All right, you gotta have Max with you. All right, so that's a requirement that they're making right now, and it might prevent you from keeping a job. As we know, some firms already kicking you out, trying to kick you out because you ain't got Max with you. All right, so Esau's causing, and this is kind of like, this is still light force that Esau's using, because we know that Esau's going to come out with the force, like the real force, like gun to head type scenarios, abduction scenarios and all types of stuff like that, to get you to take it. Not necessarily just Max, but Chip as well. when Chip comes along, it's Max and Chip. The world's saviors, Max and Chip. But yeah, he's trying to get you to take these things down. He's gonna ever increase the pressure, man, until it becomes unbearable. All right. So, but this is part of prophecy, and this is what these prophecies allude to. Okay, this is what we need to be aware of. This is what we need to be up on game about, right? And not some of these fucking stupid theories that these other fucking knucklehead Israelites are preaching, and anybody else for that matter. These stupid fucking breakdowns that they just put out their asses, man. That make no sense whatsoever. That doesn't coincide, or doesn't consist, or is not consistent with these scriptures that we're reading right here. When you dig in, these guys ain't deep, man. That, or they blatantly just paid off to deceive the people, which we know people like that are going to exist. All right, so you gotta beware of these guys. Okay, analyze it thoroughly. Analyze these scriptures thoroughly. Analyze what's going on in the world thoroughly. Analyze what Esau is doing thoroughly, man. Okay, so you can correlate it. You can pair it up and know. All right, but some of you ain't gonna see it. and that's okay too, because you gotta have them as well, right? You gotta have those that take it, right, and you gotta have those that are gonna get destroyed. So it is what it is. All right, but let me just quickly get back into this article, just this last bit here. It says a whole brain data transfer goals. Right, it says, of course, it wouldn't be a story about brain machine merging without references to some dark clouds on the horizon. Synchron's North Star is to achieve whole brain data transfer. So Synchron CEO Thomas Oxley, MD, PhD, says in the press release, our first target is the motor cortex for treatment of paralysis, which represents a large unmet need for millions of people across the world and market opportunity of 20 billion. Yeah, it's about the money, really. Come on. This whole brain data transfer, we assume, is exactly what it sounds like: the uploading of consciousness, such as it is, into a digital format. So while we can bask in Elon Musk getting shafted by the FDA, it doesn't sound like Synchron's goals are all that far from Techno Kings. But hey, until then, anything to improve lives of those with motor impairments is great to see. Okay, so like I said, they keep pushing, how good it is for man to have this technology. But like I said, it's not going to be open to everybody. Okay, you have your guinea pigs at the beginning, obviously. But this is really for the elites, man, because the elites, they want to be the most high. They want to be immortal, and they want to, if you ever watched Altered Carbon, series on Netflix, that's what that's about. It's about transferring your essence, your soul, your spirit into other bodies, man. Okay, hence, being immortal, because you can just upload it into another body, okay, with a fresh brain and all that kind of stuff, with no illnesses and all this kind of stuff. So that's what the elite want at the end of the day. They want to be immortal. They want to receive the blessings that we are going to receive on the right hand side. They want to obtain it by a left hand side mean, okay, by a carnal mean, okay, one that doesn't require in the belief and faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because they don't believe in him. Okay, they're against him, man. Okay. Oh. This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 2. It says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, okay, which represents Esau, says, thus says the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, and in the seat of God, and I sit in the seat of God, Salakia, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, right? Because Esau is real proud right now, because he's on top of the game right now. He's above all these nations. He's ruling over them. All right. He's got all this technology that he's developing, and he's getting excited. He's getting excited, man. He's got a lock on the game. So, he's going to become immortal, and he's the one funding all this stuff, because you need money to fund this kind of shit. And Esau's that, got tons of money to throw at it. These elites have got tons of money, right? So they're the ones trying to get this stuff out there. It's not because they care about people. It's because they look to take advantage of this technology. All right. So, like I said, they through brain chips and implantable chips, man, they can control people, right? And with the Internet of Things, and connect you up and watch over you, drone you, watch you from the sky, and do all kinds of stuff, control how you live, right? That's for you. That's that part of that technology. But this side of it, about healing and immortality and transfer of consciousness essences and all this kind of stuff, man, that's for them, because they see themselves as God. They see themselves as rulers over everybody else, to be above everybody else. Okay, so they're gonna take advantage of that side of it because they can afford it. Right? And you don't. You can't. But he's gonna soon find out that regardless of this technology that he believes he's stumbling across, that he's gonna take advantage of at some point, the Most High is not even gonna allow him to enjoy none of that, man. Even if it could be done. Even if he could transfer his spirit into another body, it's not gonna matter, because he's really just a man, and Yahushua is coming to destroy him, man. Right? To destroy his kingdom, put him in slavery, and to do away with you. So when the time comes, so he's not even gonna get to see the fruits of that. Okay, that's all gonna be, a dream that's faded away, man. Right? So I'm gonna read this in Isaiah 14, and we'll close out. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay, Lucifer in this sense it represents these Edomites, these elites that are riding up on the top, because they're meant to be the enlightened ones. They're meant to, they have all this information and knowledge about the world and all this kind of stuff. They're the ones guiding the people in this world, okay, through their version of truth, their version of light. Okay, Lucifer just means light bearer. Okay, so it represents these elites because they're the ones guiding humanity in this direction that they're going in, even though really it's the way of darkness. All right, but anyway, so how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Okay, we know that's Esau. Right, he's the one that's done this, right? So thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Okay, these Edomites, beginning with, with America, because they're the most proud. They believe that they sit above. At the Most High, it's not on the level, man. That they are above the Most High. They can do everything the Most High did at the beginning. That's why they go about recreating everything, changing everything, corrupting everything, because they want that power. They want the ability to do that, man. It makes them feel good that they can create certain things and do certain things that messes up the Most High's original creation. Or I can, that's why he looks to be immortal. I can be immortal too. He believes himself to be that guy, right? But he's not, right? But anyway, it says, I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, okay, which means they oppress our people, okay, in the land of the north, which represents North America. Okay, all the 12 tribes are there being oppressed. So I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. Okay, that's his ambition, to be God, to be the ruler of all life and creation. All right, it says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Because, like I said, you're going to be found out to be just a man. Okay, with just some inflated ego. Right, it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right, because Esau militarily is very, very strong. Right, and it ain't nothing for Esau to go fly a jet or a drone over you and bomb the shit out of you, man. Okay, to make nations submit, drop nukes on you or whatever. He got the power to do that, so he's able to make people submit, so people are afraid of him. But that fear, that's lifting off. People are becoming more bold against America and their allies. All right, because they're catching up. It says, verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness, that destroyed the earth. All right, destroyed the cities thereof, that opened up the house of his prisoners. Okay, i.e. the Israelites. Okay, we're still in slavery, so we're in captivity under this man. He has not let us go, just like Pharaoh, he wouldn't, right? And the same thing's going to happen to him. The so-called white man, these Edomites, the Lord's going to destroy them, destroy his kingdom, all right, and take us out. So all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his house. But thou art cast out out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain. Thus thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and stained thy people, and the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. All right, so I'm gonna just leave it there because I could read on, but I wasn't planning on going down that far. But but that's only what's gonna happen to Esau, man. He's gonna be cut off from the earth. His children are gonna be cut off, and there's gonna be no branch, no root to the house of Edom, man. Okay, they're gonna be completely done away with, man. But these are all ideas of grandeur that they think they're gonna capitalize on. All right, but like I said, for the majority, this is really just technology to first of all control the people. Okay, and this is why Revelations 13 and 16 says what it says. Let me read it again. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so quite evidently, we're talking about brain chips right now. Okay, we really saw that he was speaking about shopping online and shit. Yeah, so being able to text, shop online, and manage finances. So to ignore it will be foolish. Okay, but we know where this is going. Okay, it's going to go exactly as it says here. All right, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, all this technology right now is the MOTB we're reading about. That's being developed. All right, that's gonna get put on, put upon the world, man, and soon to come. Okay, so with that, I hope this is edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So to then, I say shalom.